Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Matter 1801. Today's video is going to be quite short. It's going to be about the ancient Egyptian Yoruba Pharaoh who was the one who first introduced the Ifa religion into ancient Egypt at the time. Now, this video is not specifically about the Ifa religion itself. If you need more information on the Ifa religious practice, then what you can do is you can go into YouTube or you can go into Google, just go into the search engine, input Ifa religion, and there's many content creators that create content on the Ifa spiritual religion itself. This is just a historic background as to who was the first to introduce the Ifa spiritual religion into ancient Egypt at the time. And as we always do in Dark Matter 1801, we've got two more brand new information for you at the end. So stay tuned. On my far left is an ancient Egyptian Yoruba music instrument. At the bottom is the same ancient Egyptian Yoruba music instrument. Just to the side of it is a cartouche name. And then on the far right, we have a pharaoh. Now, this is the pharaoh on the right-hand side of me that actually introduced the Ifa religion into ancient Egypt at the time. Now, to the left is his cartouche name. You can see in the middle is a hieroglyph sign. Now, that sign is the same ancient Egyptian Yoruba music instrument which was used at the time to represent Ifa, Ifa. Now, back in ancient Egypt, they had two instruments called Ifa, Ifa. Now, those two instruments were used to scrape the pulp out of a calabash, and those same two instruments as well were used to shave the head of the priests and priestesses of Ifa at the time. So he was the one who actually introduced the Ifa spiritual religion into ancient Egypt at the time. So you can see on the left hand side, we've got his cartouche name. We have the Ka symbol, which means to count, to read, to reckon, etc. And above we have Ra. So his first name is Kara, which means straightforward. And in the middle, we have the ancient Egyptian Yoruba music instrument, which is used to represent Ifa, Ifa in the middle. So his surname is Ifa. So his full name is Kara, which means straightforward. And his surname is Ifa. And Ifa basically means good luck. For those who practice the Ifa religion, it's good for you to know the history of who actually introduced the Ifa spiritual religion into ancient Egypt at the time. So he is the fifth pharaoh of the Third Dynasty of Egypt, and he is actually the last pharaoh of that dynasty. So his reign period was from 2637 BC to 2613 BC, and he's actually 19th in the Abydos King list. So he was the one who actually introduced the Ifa religion into ancient Egypt at the time. Now we have further brand information for you. In fact, Egyptologists don't even know anything about this pharaoh. He is the father of Kara Ifa, in which you just mentioned previously. To my right hand side, this is exactly how he looks like, and to the left hand side, this is his cartouche name. Egyptologists don't even know anything about him. What we're going to translate his cartouche name for you for the first time. Now, at the bottom of his cartouche name, we have an instrument. You can see the instrument curves, almost curving to the right hand side. That instrument represents Fu, Fu. Now, Fu in ancient Egyptian language means to squeeze. That is why that instrument is called Fu, because you've got to squeeze it to bend it. Also, Fu means to give. Above, right above Fu, you see two like a cartouche sign. They're almost like facing each other. Now, that cartouche sign means Busi, B-U-S-I. Now, Busi in ancient Egyptian language means blessing. So his first name is Fubusi. So that's F-U-B-U-S-I. That's his first name. So Fubusi means give blessing. And in the middle of his cartouche name, you have a snake. That snake represents Ejo, E-J-O. So Ejo means a snake in ancient Egyptian language. Ejo means matter or matter of dispute. Then Ejo means number 8. So like we said in our previous episode, the ancient Egyptian language depends on how it actually sounds to whoever is listening to it. So his full name is Fubusi, which is give blessing to Ejo. And the reason why he's used that snake sign is because Horus, Olorun, aka Horus, also died in the month of August. Because in ancient Egypt, Ijo Odun, which is the 8th month of the year, is celebrated each year. So they celebrate the death of Olorun, aka Horus, in the month of August. So Fubusi Ejo is the father of Kara Ifa, who was the one who introduced the Ifa spiritual religion into ancient Egypt at the time. And he is the 4th pharaoh of the 3rd Dynasty of Egypt and number 18 in the Abydos king list. His reign period was from 2700 BC to 2637 BC. So he actually had a very, very long reign. On my left hand side, you can see quite clearly, this is Akhenaten, known to the world as Akhenaten. And next to him is his cartouche name. To the right hand side, we have another pharaoh from the 25th. He's actually the 3rd pharaoh of the 25th dynasty of Egypt, known as Shabaka. We already identified that Shabaka is not actually his name, but his name is actually Kara Ifa. But because you can see to the right hand side, you can see his cartouche name, you can see the Ka, you can see the Ra, and you can see the ancient Egyptian music instrument, which is used to represent Ifa back in ancient Egypt. But the reason why we've actually introduced both is because you can actually see the snake on their forehead. So Akhenaten, known to the world as Akhenaten, he's got a snake on his forehead. AKA Shabaka Kara Ifa, who is the 3rd pharaoh of the 25th dynasty of Egypt, has also got a snake on his forehead. And the reason why they've actually got that snake on their forehead is because it's a representation of Olorun, aka Horus. The reason why pharaohs carry that snake is to remind them of Horus. It's actually a representation of Horus. So the idea that Akhenaten, known to the world as Akhenaten, was a heretic king, or he invented the concept called Aten, one god, was actually fabricated by Egyptology, because this is another fact that we've just placed here for you. So like we said, this video is going to be very short. It's just specifically targeted at those who practice the Ifa religion, so they can get a historic perspective as to who was the first pharaoh to introduce the Ifa spiritual religion into ancient Egypt at the time. So for more information, you can watch Fabricating Ancient Egypt, and that will give you more insight into the issue. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and share with as much people as you can. Goodbye.